I'm ready. Let's do it.
Hey everybody, and welcome back to another exciting episode of the VOD Squad, the show where we talk about streaming stuff. Tonight is episode 73, filmed on March 14th, 2018. I am Clyde. Today I am joined by the wonderful Floridian, Jimmy Tremmel.
Evening, everyone.
And is it a Washingtonian?
Yes, that would be correct.
Matthew Ross.
Happy Pi Day, everybody.
Oh, is today Pi Day?
It's Pi Day.
Oh,
yeah, 3/14.
You know, I should have gone to Baker Square because Wednesdays, Baker Square gives away free pie.
Huh. Well, today would be a very popular
Pie
day,
so you could get free pie. You still have time. If you're watching this, you might want to hit pause and head on over to your nearest Baker Square. Get your free pie for Pie Day.
That's very cool.
Yeah. What's going on?
Oh, today was an amazing day. Great start. You know what I mean? It was just a beautiful day. And I was working and I was walking across the street and taking care of business at school district. And I came back with a laptop in my hand and I sat down in my chair and I couldn't get back up. My back started hurting in some strange way, and I'm not exactly certain what happened, but I really did something to my back, and I don't know what.
No.
Wow.
But I really hurt my back today. I made it down the stairs. I got into this chair. I'm not moving. I've got a back brace on. I got ibuprofen in me. I'll be okay, but
You're in grin and bear it mode.
yeah, right now I'm. When I get up from this chair, it's going to take about 10 minutes. So. Yeah, it's I don't know what I did, but I threw my back out. I don't know why.
Oh, that's terrible. I hate that.
As the older guy, I will say it won't get any better as you get older.
Oh, great, because this sucks. It's so horrible.
Oh, Wabbit says throw it back.
It's a good idea. I wish I could, but no, it doesn't work that way. Other than that,
see, I mean, go down to Psychosec and see if you can get a different sleeve, one that has a good back.
maybe, I don't know. All I can say is that I don't know what I did. I sat down in my chair, and then I tried to basically scoop myself forward, and that did something, I guess, to my back. It just went, no, you're not moving. I was like, oh, okay, how am I going to get up from here? I don't know.
But you know what that means, right?
What?
You get to plant yourself someplace comfortable and watch a lot of stuff.
Maybe. I don't know. That's not how things work for me, but that's okay. We'll see.
Well, if your body's not willing to move, then you have no choice.
Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm getting old.
You can call it research.
I'm getting old.
You call it research for the show. But yeah, I guess on that note, what is there to? What did you research? What are we talking about this week?
We got a little bit of news this week. We got a story about ESPN, and they've got their first show that they're going to be putting on their brand new ESPN Plus service. A few details came up about what kind of shows we're going to see on there. This is going to be an ESPN documentary, basically run by Kobe Bryant, and he's going to be spending each episode looking at one of the NBA rookies. I don't know about NBC rookies. And giving an in-depth look at what it's like to be a rookie in the NBA, which sounds like a pretty okay idea for a show for a service like this. If this is the kind of stuff we're going to end up getting on NBC and ESPN Plus, might actually be good.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the subscription price is like $5 a month, something like that. Yeah. Yeah. So and then you get like the 30 for 30 documentaries as well.
It looks like
Um,
that's what's going to be on the surface as well. Yes, and so, yeah. So if this is going to be a documentary channel, actually, I think that sounds really good. That would be the kind of bonus material I would want from ESPN. So,
How much do you think they're going to charge? Would they charge for a 30 for 30 channel?
well, my guess is $5 a month, like
Oh.
they are saying through here.
Because it should totally be 30 for 30 for 30.
Oh no,
make it
no, 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 no.
a
Like
dollar
a $30
per.
annual fee.
There you go.
Do like the Stargate, but Stargate's forever one-time fee. But yeah, Stargate Command.
Yeah, you pay once and for $50, I think, and you get everything Stargate
Yeah,
for
but yeah, you get a
yeah.
year of 30 for 30 for 30. It's
30.
an opportunity right there. Because what's 5 times 12?
60.
Yeah, so that's half price. If you pay for a year up front, get a half
Right.
price. Get the subscription for half price. Makes sense.
Well, okay, so if that would be a publicity stunt of some sort, and if that got sales, I guess that's a good thing. But
Yeah.
I somehow don't think that they would do that.
Yeah.
Not enough.
If they
So.
don't, they're missing out. Yeah.
All right, we have a story here about AT&T and their TV service, and it looks like that they've registered the trademark for AT&T TV, which means AT&T's TV service that was Uverse will now become, very likely, AT&T TV, which isn't confusing at all. Because,
Well,
AT&T has AT&T TV, and then you'll be able to get DirecTV, and you also be able to get DirecTV Now. 3 separate things, all owned by AT&T.
Yeah.
so ATT TV is still a better name than Uverse. Because Uverse it's a good. I'd say no matter what they're gonna call it, it's a better move than calling it Uverse because Uverse has that name. It's like you may as well. I'd say it's probably the only thing I can think of that makes people angrier than like the name Yugo.
Yeah. I mean, the one thing I find interesting here, I mean, yeah, and I agree with you, Clyde. I think it is a rebranding. I mean, it even says so in the article, right? It's a rebranding move by them, right? That, DirecTV and Uverse kind of have tarnished brands, and so they're trying to rebrand it. But what might be interesting too is are they going to do something new about the service, right? Are they going to change something, about the service? They're going to add to it. Article doesn't really say, but it would make me speculate if they would add something there.
It's possible that they do either some kind of combining of services to their AT&T broadband providers into making something that's more, somehow differentiated from the separate services of DirecTV, but otherwise being able to brand it as this AT&T TV thing. So I don't know. It's possible. Other than that, seems like just branding. There's some people already. I've heard some people say that this is something that Sony needs to do with PlayStation TV, PlayStation View TV, because a lot of people are still confused by the naming of that system. So maybe we'll see some more rebranding as we go along.
Yeah, perhaps so. I mean, yeah. I mean, something like maybe throw in like a 4K channel or 4K channels, plural, more than one. That could be something they could throw in there. I don't know. I mean, they could. I mean, AT&T has a lot of services. I mean, they could bundle a lot of things in there with it to make it a unique offering. And I mean, if they just rename it to AT&T TV, I don't know if anybody's really going to care about that, right? But they've got to do something else besides just change the name.
No, they don't.
Oh yeah, I mean, changing the name's all good as well, but just they're gonna need to do something about the service too. Otherwise, they're gonna be in the same boat they were with universe. So
We'll see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
All right.
Next story, we have a story about Movies Anywhere, the program that allows you to move across different platforms the movies you've purchased. That used to be, I think, Disney Movie Anywhere, but now then turned into just a generic All Movies Anywhere. It used to have only about 4 different services it was working with. Now they've added Fandango Now services to it. So if you are a Fandango Now user and you sign it up into your Movies Anywhere app, you will be able to get your movies syncing across iTunes and Prime Video and Google Play movies and Vudu as well. Being able to consolidate your movies, again, all into one or many spaces.
Good, I guess. I
Well,
don't know
Fandango Now, basically, before a lot of these other ones jumped on the board as far as things you could purchase movies from, Fandango Now mostly was a service that you would use primarily on the early Rokus. That was the place where you could buy and rent your movies. So there's probably a couple people out there that are excited about this particular, even though I never used it. So
yeah, I don't use Fandango, so I just remember them as the place for sock puppets, sell you tickets, but I don't know if that's still the case. But
I haven't been talked into going back out to the movies, yet. I mean, I got a good setup here at home to where I kind of get the full theater effect here at home, and I don't know.
Well, this is perfect for you then, because obviously this is for your home streaming services, so not for going out to the movies. I know Fandango used to be the movie for some thing where you would go out and see what movies are coming out, but this Fandango Now service is definitely for their home streamers.
Yeah,
right. But I mean, it still though the movies don't come out any earlier, right?
No, they don't.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, what's the difference if you just rent a la carte? I mean, I get it. It's another service, right, to sign up for. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how that does. I do find it interesting. Maybe I'll try it. Just to see if it's good. But
well, no, it's just for the people who've already were using it and they want to get their movies moved across. So that's where this is the most.
Oh, okay. So. I got you. This is for people that signed up for the other services. Yeah.
Right. Hey, with W. Scottus One, what did you miss? Not much, except for my bag. All right. I have about 3 stories brought to you by cordcuttersnews.com about Fubo TV and how they've been doing a ton of updates recently. I don't really keep a lot of track on Fubo TV because I keep forgetting about them, but they've been doing lots of things. For example, they've got a whole bunch more local channels available for
173.
Exactly, the different local affiliates: NBC, CBS, Fox, and ABC, or maybe not ABC. Look, they've gotten a whole bunch of updates available on your Roku if you use the Roku interface for it. So, and also that they've been putting a lot of effort into getting a lot of 60 frames per second channels, especially for sports.
Wow.
So, Fubo playing, the ace game of, hey, we could show you lots of cool things. So maybe it's time to check them out again. I don't know.
Yeah, and we never actually did a 30-day challenge. And
no, we did not.
I think we should, because I did try them. I did check them out briefly, just like I did with Philo. But yeah, definitely, I think we should add that to the agenda sometime for this summer.
I agree. I mean, this is really looking appealing to me. I mean, I may have to just try this out, for maybe more than 1 month.
Well, it's one of those channels that we don't even think about very often. It might, with all these updates, they might become one of the next DirecTV Nows or YouTube TVs.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you, Matt. I mean, this is, I forget about this too, but then every time, we talk about this, and especially this time, with all the new channels that they're adding, I mean, I don't know. If I saw this, if I was ESPN, I think this would make me nervous if I was ESPN.
W. Scottus one asks how much Fubo TV is again. It starts at $35 a month.
Yeah. But it gives you a lot of stuff.
Mostly it's
more.
it's aimed at getting you your local channels and your sports.
Mhm.
So that's their primary. But it looks like they're branching out. So
yeah, because Fubo and Philo are like two sides of the coin. Because
yes,
Philo doesn't have sports; it's for the people that gets you like pretty much everything else and no
Right.
sports for like $15. So
that would be interesting, especially to look at those side by side.
yeah, absolutely. Well, don't we have something about Disney in there?
Well, yeah, Disney has decided to announce that they're going to be doing some major reorganization of their company, and effective today, they are now splitting their company into four pieces in order to get themselves prepared for next year's imminent release of their direct-to-consumer streaming services. There will be the direct-to-consumers and international streaming service, the Disney Parks, the Experience and Consumer Products Division, and the Media Networks Division. Oh, excuse me, and Studio Entertainment. Is that 5 or is that 4?
I don't know. I can't count.
That looks like 5. Must have said incorrectly. Anyways, this is them looking at the future of how they're going to be wanting to have their company divided up. They've hired a gentleman to head up the company, a gentleman named Kevin Mayer. Apparently, he has been really really big in the company as far as getting a lot of these Disney deals hammered through, like the Pixar, Marvel, Lucasfilm
Any relation
deals.
to Metro Goldwyn Mayer?
I have no idea.
Is it Willie B. Mayer? What's his name?
I don't know. Anyways, but this is going to be this is them getting ready to take their BAMTech technology that they used for their streaming services for that they purchased that was doing the sports streaming, and their big plan to make this a big deal next year. So we'll see.
Rock on. Yeah, it's. I'm not surprised they're taking this approach. I mean, because they were getting kind of too big to, kind of understand. And dividing the company in multiple pieces and going different directions,
Yeah, it allows them to see where things are going well and where things aren't. It allows them to focus each section on their own piece of the pie here. So, and Netflix is gonna prove to be a hard nut to crack. So if they're really ramping up to go after it hardcore, and we'll see if people decide that Disney's streaming service is the best thing since Quickster was announced. So. We'll see.
Yeah.
I think that they have a chance. We'll see of us to make a big impact in this streaming game.
I'm actually kind of surprised that I don't have more to say about this. Normally, I think I would have strong feelings one way or the other, but for some reason, it's just with Disney. It's like, yeah. This is kind of a good thing, I think, for everybody.
Well, apparently,
I mean, it's going to be interesting to see, how well they do against, somebody like the Netflix and the Hulus and that kind of thing. I mean,
well, they own Hulu.
With a big, well, that's true, but with a big name like Disney, right? I mean, would they? I mean, how close could they? I mean, could they really compete with Netflix?
Well,
you would think so with the name.
You got to remember that will also depend on the Fox deal going through, because once they acquire all of Fox properties, they are now that's ABC and Fox that's under their belt. So that's majority share of Hulu. So lots of content, and and then they've got huge studio. They've already got their Disney studios that Netflix is trying to compete with. They've got live streaming. They've got traditional TV and the theaters already. Most of which Netflix is trying to get into. So, yeah.
Well, I mean, it's definitely going to, give you more things to think about when you're making your cord-cutting choices. I mean, used to you'd say, okay, well, I'll subscribe to Netflix for all the old movies and TV shows, and then I'll subscribe to Hulu for all the current TV shows and movies, perhaps. And now, and I'm going back, probably like 3-4 years ago, right? And fast forward to today. Well, now, at least in my mind, Netflix is a little bit more like what HBO used to be, right? And now I don't even think about HBO all that much. Besides Game of Thrones and maybe Silicon Valley, right? I really don't think about HBO that much, and find myself most of the year saying, why do I keep subscribing to this, right? And so now with Disney coming on, with their big, catalog, it's going to be interesting to see. It'll be interesting to see where it fits in. I mean, are they going to use and you're right, Clyde. I mean, they own most of Hulu already, so where is that going to fit in at, right? And are they going to have two offerings that compete against each other?
Yeah. It's going to be more than two. I mean, you think of it this way. You're going to have the Disney Channel proper, whatever it is streaming. It's going to have your Disney stuff on it. You're going to have your ESPN. You're going to have your ESPN streaming service, which is going to be all sports.
Sure.
You're going to have your Hulu, which is going to be more adult themed, more not adult themed, but more
Hulu
less
Red,
less kid kind of shows, more contemporary dramas for the adults in the room. And maybe things also that just don't quite fit in the Disney idea, like if they do get Fox, you're probably going to see Simpsons stay in Hulu. Could they split it up even more? Like you could have the Lucas channel and get everything Lucas and film and all the Star Wars stuff in one? Could you get a separate Disney channel, which is just like all the animation stuff, versus one that's all the like Disney Channel shows that are on Disney Channel right now? I mean, where does this division end? When does it start? We need more details, everybody. Before
there's one thing I'm excited about.
Smealed to death
the potential to go to Disneyland and eat at Bob's Burgers.
Okay.
I mean, hey, it's got to do good business, right? I mean, I think most people's going to go for that, right?
Absolutely. I'll go order the burger of the day, because that's one of my most favorite things about the show, and it makes me angry when they obscure it and never give you a chance to see what it is. Sometimes you see one letter, it's like, damn you. What's the burger of the day? But they're getting to the point where they, in order to be effective, they need to divide it up into smaller groups that can be operated independently, because what's good for one is not necessarily good for all. So as all, one size does not fit all anymore. Good for them. Bring it on.
I mean, one final thing I'll say about this, it's going to be interesting too to see how they do package all this up, right? I mean, is this going to be, where, okay, come to us, and if you want the basic package, you get these channels. If you want, and then you can add more on, from there, kind of like what Sling TV does, I guess, or something of that sort.
If it's true a la carte, it's not going to be a big deal. You can just pick up what you want and go, yeah, I like ESPN, and I'll pick that up. And yeah, I want the Disney channels, but I don't necessarily need Hulu or whatever you decide to split it up for yourself. Then it's fine. If it is more traditional, you have to buy the base package. And after that, you can add on these other things.
I'm with you on that, right?
I mean,
then we fall back into the cable model, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I hope that's not the way this is going to go, but
I hope so too.
Yeah, but let's hope for the best. But
I hope so too. All right, we're going to move on. We have a story here about Twitch, and it's kind of picked up a cool little idea that they probably picked up from a Microsoft or a or Sony for their little free games they give for people who subscribe. Twitch will now be giving away Prime subscribers free PC DOS games every month. They're going to be starting off with giving away some independent games that are going to be going for people. Things like Super Hot and Tales from Candledeep and Oxenfree are all different games that they're going to be giving away. Ollie Oxenfree, I believe, is kind of part of that game. But yeah. So in other words, for being a Twitch Prime subscriber, you will be able to be picking up some of these free independent games for free. Which sounds pretty awesome. And it starts tomorrow.
I'm always excited to see what I get from the Twitch Prime. Yeah, sometimes it's cool things that I can use. Most of the time, it's stuff for games that I don't own. But I'll try some free games.
Well, this is pretty good because Twitch already kind of gives away some money for your subscription, your one free subscription, and this is what would be kicking a couple dollars back to these independent developers, I'm sure. So they'll be happy to take the money too. So
yeah. Speaking of, Jimmy, would that prompt you to go and try some new games if you get them free from Twitch Prime? Because you're already a Twitch Prime subscriber by being an Amazon Prime subscriber.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, the trouble is I don't have a whole lot of time for games nowadays, but yeah, I mean, I do make time, a little bit here and there, and yeah, I mean, definitely, free games is always good.
I was gonna say because I thought you were gonna go that because you're a Mac user and games don't work on Mac, but yeah, no, I mean, rock on.
It's the reason why I'm not much of a game player.
Right? Maybe that's why you're a Mac user because you're not a gamer. No, I mean, yeah, if they're able to showcase some up and coming games, or it kind of reminds me of back in the 90s when you bought like a Game Informer or one of those magazines, and they came with the discs with the trial software, so you could try the games.
Got a free shareware version of this game on it. Yeah, let's play it, man.
Yeah.
Make a coaster out of it after a while.
Yeah, absolutely. And yeah, no, I mean, get some games, some exposure, rock on. You know what else that Twitch Prime subscription is good for?
Watching boring television shows that are broadcast over Twitch, like this one.
Yeah, like this one. And they give you free money that you can give those yahoos. Yeah,
if you want.
I was trying to over the last weekend. I was hanging with my family, and I was trying to explain to my sister how the subsystem works, and she's like, "I have." They're like, again, my brain shut down. I can't talk now. She says they are Amazon Prime subscribers, and then so technically they are Twitch Prime subscribers, and they have free money that they could give to me. And then the eye is just like, I don't understand this. And I just left. But
It's okay. Just let me borrow your account here for a second. Hold on. Just let me click on these. Okay, there you go. You're all done.
yeah, so if you know anybody that has an Amazon Prime subscription and they are not necessarily Twitch people, we don't care. They don't even have to watch the show. If they want, just throw that free sub our way, we will be grateful. Yeah. So we're coming up on, let's see. I think that was all in the news, right?
That's all that I had for you guys.
Yeah. It looked a lot bigger when it was in the document. But I guess we can
stop and rant about one of these things. For about
we can
20
go
minutes.
ahead. Move on into everybody's favorite segment, rants and raves.
Well, that's not what I meant, but that works here. That works great.
We can do whatever we want in this section. That's the whole point.
Well, for real quick, it seems like we're mostly this news for this week was all about, the various services and what they could do to improve. And it seems like we've got some slow news. So it's as far as really what the big stuff's going on. Are we expecting? What would be the thing that would really make you really excited about one of these new services that are coming out, or one of the old services? What could they do that would really make you go, you know what? This is the thing. This is exactly what everybody should be jumping into.
I honestly don't know.
You don't know what they could do to make you go, yep, this is it. This is the way that everything should be.
I'm at the point where it's like I honestly don't know what I need or what I want. I know I can look at a service and go, yeah, it's not appealing, but what would it be that would make it appealing?
For me, it's I want to be able to watch the shows that I want to be able to watch, and I don't want to have to. I want a service to be the end-all, be-all of everything for me. So I want somebody to come into...
Thank you, Jackie.
Thank you, Jackie. So I got some bits. So I want a service that will be able to provide me all the channels I want to watch, and unfortunately, none of them do that exactly as I want them to. Give me the good DVR service. Let me watch on whatever device I want, anywhere I am. And and there's only a couple of them that are close to doing that right now. I would say PlayStation View is one of them, and the other one would be YouTube TV. So, to me, it's a two-horse race until one of these other companies come in here and buck up with their very good DVR service. That's what I need.
So for me, the service I'm looking for, right, and I'm pretty sure this is never going to happen, right? But rather than channels, right, rather than like, oh, okay, we'll give you these channels, right, or whatever, let me pick the shows that I want to watch. Because because that's how I watch television, right? I watch it by various shows, right? I don't watch really necessarily by a channel, and that's what's less interesting to me is like, give me, whatever channel. But there's shows that I watch all the time, and I'm religious to those shows that I watch, right? Mm-hmm. So let me pick it by show rather than by channel. I mean, that's the kind of service really I'm looking for.
And that is kind of the new model everybody's trying to push you towards. But at the same time, you've got the time when you're like, yeah, well, I'm going to go ahead and turn on the TV because I know I want to watch this show and I know it comes on in 23 minutes, so I'm going to go ahead and turn on the channel it's on, because oftentimes you're going to want to be right there to watch it right away, or you know that it's on the channel, but you know you're not going to be able to watch it, so you need to tell it to DVR. And I still think in channels, I guess. So
yeah. So what I'm saying is, like, so if I want to watch the new Star Trek show, for example, right? That, maybe I don't want to subscribe to the CBS channel, right? But I would like to subscribe to, have on demand the Discovery, the new Star Trek show, right? So, if a service could be offered that would say, okay, let me pick and choose what shows I want, despite whatever channel it is,
Right.
right? Then that's the kind of service I'd want. But is that ever going to happen? Probably not. But if I could pick, that's what I would pick.
So you're saying channels are irrelevant. Give me the service. Let me search for Discovery. Had to pop up and say this will cost you $1.50 an episode or something like that, and you say, "Great, I'll watch it."
Yeah.
That's what you want.
Yeah. Yeah,
You know, actually,
just give me an on demand. Give me the shows on demand. Let me watch it whenever I want. Right?
This one's included with your service. This one's $1.50 rental. This is it doesn't really matter how you get it to my eyes. Get it to my eyes and just show me the price. And let me say yes, I agree.
Yeah. I mean, it's similar to the way the Netflix model used to be before they started producing their own content, right? But maybe take that and keep and perpetuate that, right? So the hit shows you'd be able to get on demand, and and for me, because I am a cord cutter, right? It doesn't have to be. I don't have to. If the show comes on a Wednesday night, okay, I don't care about being in front of the TV on Wednesday night, right? As long as I can watch the show,
right?
So if I watch it on Saturday night instead of Wednesday night, that doesn't matter as long as it's there available for me to watch it at some point. And it can be like, time shifted after when it broadcasts. I don't really care so much about that, right? But just being able to watch those shows that I normally watch, let me pick. I don't know. You pick the number, right? So maybe it's 10 shows, 20 shows, whatever it is, right? Let me pick those 10 or 20. I pay one subscription price to always have those 20 available to me on demand at any time. And not just the one season, the whole back catalog.
I really love that. I love the world you're living in. I really do. I wish I was there too.
But I mean, that's what I would want. But is that ever going to happen? No, I know it's not.
No, I think the idea of give me an interface for me to find the shows I want to watch and just show me, okay, this is how much it's going to cost. That would be great. But the thing I foresee not working there is that CBS All Access really also wants to sell you on their other shows, and instead of having you pay per episode, they really want you to pay for a monthly fee. So I don't know.
Yeah.
So maybe what you'd work in there too is you'd say, okay, if you allow us to show, 3 commercials an episode, we'll give you a price break. If you allow us to show you 10 commercials per episode, we'll give you even more of a price break, right? So that's the way they could advertise their shows.
Yeah, I mean, that would work. I mean, because there's a game that I play that I watch a lot of their commercials. Well, I technically watch a lot of their commercials because you get stuff if you watch extra commercials. So I'll be watching TV and I'll have it on my computer with the sound off and I'll hit play commercial and then I just keep watching what I'm doing. It's just playing over there. They're getting the credit for the commercial being played. Sure. And,
what game is this?
This is on Asphalt 8.
Oh, okay.
Because they've got the Windows version. Because it's primarily a mobile game. But, yeah. And so I rack up all kinds of rewards and stuff, and everybody wins. And I don't have to... It's like the same 2 commercials over and over, and so it's not like I've never seen them. But I don't actually have to watch them, That if you did something like that, yeah, you can. Gone have been the days where you were motivated to go to the fridge or do something and get back in time to not miss the show. You can do that again, where you just go. You don't have to worry about hitting pause. Just let those commercials play. If you're saving some money, and go use the bathroom or walk the dog or do whatever, and then come back in time to watch your show again. I might be interested in that.
All right. Well, I'm gonna say that this week we've been watching. I haven't watched a lot of television this week or this weekend. I had family come over, and we spent a lot of time out this weekend. But the one thing we did watch this week was the return of Timeless on NBC, I think. So we DVR'd it and we watched it on the DVR with commercials. Very annoying. Can't wait until they figure out that we want less commercials and start doing something about it. Please hurry up, NBC and Fox. But shortly after us watching it, we liked it. It was good. We woke up. We went the next day. We said, I wonder if this is available on Hulu. And yes, it is. And you can get it commercial free. So.
Oh, wow.
Is Timeless the one where the dude comes to the present in the time machine? Time machine?
No, I think that's Time After Time, and I don't know if that one made it.
Yeah,
I don't know if that one.
Dumb.
I don't know if that one did that well. I don't know, but the Timeless show is the one where they went back in time and somebody is messing up history and they're trying to figure out what they're doing and prevent whatever they do to mess up history, and they end up messing up history a little bit on their own. So
basically, it's after
the great.
So basically, it's after the greatest movie of all time, Time Cop.
Kind of, except for it's got a secret organization. Plot
you say that about Time Cop, but I prefer Looper.
Oh, really? Well, obviously, you don't have good taste in television.
Or I'm a big fan of the Jean-Claude Van Johnson show.
Yeah, well, it could be that too.
They still have Jean-Claude Van Johnson?
I think it got killed when they got rid of that dude at Amazon and threw out all the shows that he signed.
Oh, that's too...
Yeah, which is too bad because that show was genius. If anybody hasn't watched it, go watch Jean-Claude Van Johnson. It is funny. And it is amazing to see Felicia Rashad after all these years.
Yep, absolutely. Yeah.
Oh, somebody should pick it back up. Maybe Netflix should. That would be great.
Yeah,
absolutely. They can do and they should. If Jean-Claude Van Damme, I can't talk now.
Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Yeah, no. If JVCD or one of his representatives wants to reach out to me, I will I'll be more than happy to go around to all the different services and pester them on their behalf because it was such a great show.
Okay. Other than that, for me, I've been I still watch YouTube every once in a while, and I've been watching a series by a gentleman named Mark Brown. He has a video game series on YouTube called Game Maker's Toolkit, where he talks about the various things that people use when developing video games, different tactics and techniques they use to make video games, and what makes them fun and what makes them good. And he's basically doing this for a research project, but his little videos he makes about it are excellent, and so you can easily get sucked in about why repetition is actually a good thing in some games, like the one I most recently watched. Because he said, I recently played a game of Hitman, and he showed you how you could do the level one way, and then you can do it again and do it again and do it the same. And how many ways can you do the same mission over again and totally enjoy? And that can be fun. And he explains how that can be a wonderful thing. So. I never played Hitman, but now that I know that you can kill one of your guys with an explosive golf ball, I might want to go play this game.
I got one of the newest versions of Hitman free with a graphics card, I think, a while back. And it's been installed on my computer. I played like the first level and then forgot to go back to it. Maybe I should.
Well, watch the episode on that and see, it'll spoil that one level. He just says, I spoil this one level for you, but it's lots of fun to explain.
See,
because, I've never played the game, because I was like, okay, so you're an assassin, you go out and you do a lot of killing, and that's not the whole point of the game. Yes, that is what you do in the game, but it's not about doing the deed. It's about how you have so many options. And you get to have fun doing it however you want. You're not railroaded in any way. That's what's wonderful about it.
So I've been watching a little bit of TV when I have a chance, in between working so much as I do. I started a while back watching the Punisher on Netflix, and now recently they released a new season of Jessica Jones, and so that's kind of inspired me to hurry up and get through the season of the Punisher. Right, so I'm watching that, and that's getting me ready to watch the next season of Jessica Jones. So I'm looking forward to that as well, and to trying to get in the third season or toward the last of the third season of The Blacklist. So I've been watching that as well, and last night, for the first time, I watched the Last Jedi, the latest Star Wars movie. So I watched that last night. It was released on DVD yesterday, so I immediately bought that, as I do all the Star Wars movies, and watched it last night after work. And I have to say,
the rest of the world has either loved it or hated it, and so you really have to fall into the camp of I really liked it or I really hated it. And everybody wants to know, Jimmy, which camp did it fall in for? Did you fall into?
Well, I liked it, right? I wasn't too unhappy in the direction that they went with the movie, right? I mean, I was kind of okay with it. You could kind of see how they were, in a way, was kind of sticking to some of the traditions of some of the original Star Wars movies, right? In some ways. And but yet still maintaining some of the newness of these new stories too that they're making movies about now. So it kind of they could have done some things different. Maybe they could have done some things a little bit better. But overall, yeah, I mean, I liked it. Of course, I'm a big Star Wars fan anyway, so I'm probably going to like whatever they put out, right? And just give me another Star Wars movie. And one thing I'll say is they certainly leave room there with this movie to where they may in fact make another one, and I'm sure they will.
Oh, hey, and Clyde, I'm guessing you have not seen The Last Jedi.
Nope, you forget there is the third camp. It's the I don't care camp. You either love it, you hate it, or you just don't care. And
just so you know, that camp is a pretty small camp, actually. It's not that big.
You'd be surprised.
Maybe I would be, but yeah. I imagine there's a very small membership comparatively.
Yeah, you'd be surprised. The only place I ever find anybody talking about or even caring about Star Wars is here on the internet. In real life, people are just like, I got better things to do.
There are plenty of people who feel very strongly for or against that movie because of what it did. So,
I'm saying in my life, the people that I deal with on a daily day-to-day basis. So,
and in my life, there are people who, well, it's like a sore subject. You can't bring it up because you don't know if somebody's going to be upset about it or not. So, I don't know. It's decisive. That's for certain.
Yeah. So, over the weekend, I found a show that I've never seen or heard anything about called The Frankenstein Chronicles. Have you guys seen this?
I saw it advertised, but
It's Sean
no.
Bean,
Mm-hmm.
which everybody would remember as the only character worth caring about in Game of Thrones that was basically short-lived.
Yes, I know the one. Yeah, I know the actor you're talking about.
Yeah.
He's a good actor, British actor,
Mhm.
right?
It's a British
And
show.
very
It's
very good.
for
Yeah.
ITV, I think.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's set in the real world a few years after Mary Shelley publishes Frankenstein, and they
Mm.
run across right before the what was it, the the Anatomy Act, where the Parliament was fighting over whether or not bodies could be used for scientific purposes,
Mm.
furthering medical science and surgery.
Mhm.
Well,
And a body washes up on the shore that's basically pieces from 7 children stitched into one.
Oh,
And then it starts on this whole discovery of, is this someone imitating the book? Or is it someone just trying to make the point that surgery is bad and the act should be, not be passed? And the first season ends interestingly. And there's a couple things I'd like to say, but it's too spoilery. So, check it out. There's apparently 2 seasons up on Netflix right now. There
how
was
many episodes per season?
I want to say 6 or 8.
it looks like
Okay, so
six.
Yeah,
so it's the true.
it's a British
It's the
show.
true British season. Yeah,
Yeah, it is.
They do the true season. Is
And
what
they're
they-
long episodes,
Yes,
about an hour each.
about.
Yeah.
So I mean, it was interesting. You kind of just get thrown into it in the first episode, and it feels pretty natural. So it takes place in what, Victoria? I guess that'd be Victorian English or England. Dirty, kind of filthy place, and you're following around the dregs and not necessarily the high society people. So yeah, it's a lot of fun. I would definitely recommend it.
I will check that
And
out.
then also, I just want to remind people that next Saturday, the 24th, will be the March movie party. So if you are a patron, make sure you go over to the Patreon page and submit your suggestions. I want to put together the patron poll tomorrow. I'd like to get that narrowed down so we can get a poll over to Twitch soon for everybody else. If you'd like to become a patron and have a say in what the second movie is, you can subscribe at patreon.com/poodleplunger. But for those of you that are wondering, what is the primary movie? It's about time we watched another Wolf Cup. Because the second movie is called Another Wolf Cup. So it's been a while, and
Has it got time travel in it?
what's that?
Has it got time travel in it?
I don't think so. It's got hockey.
Oh, okay.
I know that.
Because I thought you said the movie was "It's About Time" for another.
Oh
Wolf
no,
Cop.
no, no! It's
That's what to say.
the
be a
play
cool-
is on the fact that it's called another. It's about time we watched another Wolf Cop.
Right.
Because we already watched we watched a Wolf Cop. Now we need to watch another Wolf Cop movie, which just happens to be called Another Wolf Cop. So, and that is in preparation of I'm hoping we'll hear soon. There was talk about a possible Wolf Cop series in development, and yeah. Matt, you joined us for the first Wolf Cop, didn't you?
I believe I missed a part, at least most of it. I don't know. I don't remember if
dude, it was so much fun. But yeah, there are some really cool things being suggested already for the second movie. If you're a patron, make sure you go over there and give us some suggestions, and we'll get the vote going. I think tomorrow. I'll probably flip that. We've got like 4 or 5 movies to choose from already. So, other than that, I guess, guys, thanks so much for hanging out, all of you in chat room. Thanks for participating in our live shenanigans. If you are watching this after the fact, come join us live Wednesday nights at 9 p.m. Central here on Twitch. That's where all the fun happens. Oh, that's what did they say? That's where the magic happens. And yeah, we're here every Wednesday night, 9 p.m. Central on Twitch. You can follow us at the VOD Squad on Twitter. And until next week, I say goodbye.
See ya.
Diamond Club hopes you have enjoyed